And Demasi had it knocked out from behind from Freddie Durr. It'll be out of bounds, but it will remain Millrats basketball.
Johnny, shot clock.
There's 11 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to keep it as it is.
Inbounds to Edgerson. Edgerson against Frio, trying to create some space. A lot of contact, spins, but can't finish on the layup.
Boy, Edgerson with a great move to get the ball to the hoop. He just couldn't finish with the left hand.
Did a lot of work, never got the payoff. Foul, and the act of shooting was Frio.
Yeah, they're going to get it on Demasi.
See here on the replay as Frio goes straight up.
And Demasi, that's his third personal foul. So that's a good point. Good thing to do if you're a Razor Shark is take the ball to the hoop. Now, especially if you're Keith Frio, get yourself on the line.
Frio's first free throw good. Rochester extending that lead out to 3. Second free throw is in. So Rochester back up by 4. 9:45 left to go here in the third quarter. Rice swings it around. Edgerson has Dewar on him. Steps right by him. Gives it out. Martin thought about a 3. Pulls back. Jumper. That's no good. Carter with the rebound. To Crouch, who goes 0 to 60. Gives it up last minute. Foul hard is Eric Walton.
And Walton pops up. I think he's going to call intention. Yeah, it's a flagrant foul they're calling on Edgerson. As Edgerson went up, they said it's excessive contact. So Walton will be on the line to shoot 2. Plus, they'll get the ball back.
And Edgerson went with his body. He's a big body guy, so when he threw it into Walton when Walton was in the air, Walton just went flying. Edgerton tried to help Walton up, and Walton just got himself up and just walked away. So,
yeah, Coach Jackson trying to explain it to one of the referees, Jim Solomon, exactly what happened, and he's the one that called the flagrant foul. He said excessive contact. So Walton makes both of them.
And so Freddie Durr will inbounds for Rochester, who gets possession off of the foul. And that inbound stolen away by Demasi.
That's an out-of-bounds play from the sideline. That's a terrible pass. That's the second time.
And Edgerson comes right back with a big 3. And it looks like they only gave him a 2. So that will stand. Freddie Durr from outside. That's good. That's a 2-pointer. So both teams trading buckets after the foul, flagrant. Rice to Edgerson. Dewar all over him. Edgerson makes his move off glass and in for 2. Hits the deck and is grabbing his knee. And he is not getting up. And they're going to have to take a timeout because he hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Carter rocks the rim for 2. And that's when the timeout comes. And Edgerson is still out on the court on the other side.
Because the Razor Sharks had the ball, they couldn't blow the whistle and stop play. They had to wait for the play for the Millrats to get the ball back.
So Edgerton is being looked at as we speak.
Edgerson, he's a big body player, and he gets to the rim so quickly. It really is amazing to see.
And he's going to try and walk off what appears to be a lower leg injury. Not sure if it was the knee.
You see him going here with his right hand. He makes the shot, but he goes down hard on the floor. There's a better shot from right underneath.
And I think that knee went straight into the parquet floor. So 8:28 left to go here in this third quarter. Rochester up by 6. And Edgerton is out and being looked at as we speak. Both teams back out on the court. Rochester will bring out their starting 5. Crouch, Friel, Dewar, Walton, and Carter.
And again, it's not a deep bench at all for the Mill Rats. So for somebody to go out with an injury, it really hurts them.
DeLuca, Rice, Anderson. DeLuca now with it deep in the corner to Rice, and that's a big shot.
I just can't believe how open the Mill Rat, they are, the players are from the corner.
And Walton working against DeLuca. Turnaround jumper, that's no good. Rebounded by Martin. Terry Martin across midcourt, 8 minutes left to go, third quarter. Martin off the side of the backboard, and there's a foul. And they're going to get that one on Freddie Durr. 7:57 left to go here in the third quarter. Rochester up by 3. The Mill Rats hanging around. You're watching the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 7:57 left to go here in this third quarter. Rochester up by 3. Reminder to folks, the 2011 Razor Sharks team photo night is Thursday, March 10th, as the Razor Sharks will be taking on the Kentucky Bluegrass Stallions. Tip-off is at 7:35. The first 1,000 fans through the gate get a free Razor Sharks team photo, courtesy of @Sports TV and Canandaigua National Bank and Trust. So with just under 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter, these pesky Mill Rats will not go away.
It really is simply amazing. You'd think this Razor Shark team is running them out of the gym, and they're not. They're right there in the game.
First free throw by Terry Martin is good. Mill Rats, in case you're just joining us, suffering a tough blow. Starting forward, Marcus Edgerson went out with what appears to be a knee injury. And that's not good. As you mentioned before, Ed, they're not too deep on the bench as Keith Friel makes that jumper.
Yeah, that leaves them with 11 players because the 2 players they just acquired are not here, P.J. Young and Modibo Diarra.
DeLuca, cross-court pass to Rice. Rice, baseline, back out DeLuca for 3. That's no good. Chased down by Rice. Another fresh 24 for the Mill Rats. Rice ran into Carter, back out DeLuca for 3. Bang!
Wow.
Downtown, game tied at 69.
Yes, amazing. They're just so wide open from the outside. It looks like they're trying to, the Razor Sharks are trying to, contain them on the inside. Leaves them wide open on the outside.
Friel, pull-up jumper, he's fouled. Shot doesn't go.
So Friel will be put on the line. It was a 2-point shot, so he'll have 2 from the free throw line.
And Keith Friel at the line is usually money, as that shot almost went down even after the foul. First free throw is good. But the Mill Rats, short on the bench, short in height compared to the Razor Sharks, sticking around.
Again, Mark, Edgerson was injured, and if he can't play, they only have 7 plays they can go to, and they're still in the game.
But they are making shots so far, so good. 2-point lead for the Razor Sharks. Millrats with the basketball. Double team from Friel and Carter. Cross court Rice. Rice trying to go around Carter. Gets Crouch in the air, swinging it around. DeLuca for 3. Again, that's no good. Out of bounds. And it will remain Millrats basketball.
Yeah, they say the ball went off of Jarice Crouch. New shot clock. Ooh, that was close. Looked like Rice was over Jarice's back and tapped it out.
Martin pulls back, shoots, can't get it to go. Dewar with the rebound. Rochester cross midcourt. 6:20 left to go here in the third quarter. Down low to Walton. Walton against DeLuca. Walton makes his move, cut off by Martin, gets the ball back, can't get it off glass, out of the reach of Friel. Back over to Rochester. Friel for 3. That's good. Keith Friel.
They say he was on the line, 2-pointer. Outside official was right on him.
And he gives the stink face after that, saying, "What do you mean only 2?" Rice, DeLuca, goes by Walton. Off glass and in for 2. Steve DeLuca finding a way to score. Freddie Durr for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Anderson. He gets it across midcourt. Over to Damasi, and he lays it in for 2. Back to a tie basketball game.
That's amazing. These guys just keep coming at you, and they're going right at Jared Carter, too, who's 7'2".
Crouch trying to find Friel, gets him off the screen for 3. That's no good. Rebounded DeLuca. Millrats back the other way. 5:10 left to go, third quarter. Game tied at 73. Rice. Damasi gets in the way. Rice gets it. They'll get a backcourt violation. And Jaren Jackson is livid right now. And there'll be some subs in for the Rochester Razor Sharks. Eric Walton will take a seat. Mike Williams back in. Freddie Durr will take a seat. Sammy Monroe for him. And Jarice Crouch out. Melvin Council back in.
Now, see, this is where the Razor Sharks should be able to benefit. They got guys that come fresh bodies off the bench. Now they've got to run. They've got to run with this Millrats team.
Monroe gives it to Council off the inbounds. Council to Friel. Trying to get it down low to Carter. Carter against Damasi. Carter spins in for 2.
Wow. I tell you what, if he can perfect that, that's hard to stop when a 7'2" guy can do that.
Jared Carter finding his stroke, and another turnover traveled by the Millrats. And just like that, Jeff Ferguson jumps out of his seat and will come in for Damasi.
Well, the officials just gave the Millrats a warning, a delay of game warning. So any delay of game on either side now, it's going to be a technical foul. Razor Sharks with a 2-point lead here late in the third quarter.
4:30 left to go. Williams trying to get Friel. Friel just trying to get free. Back over to Williams. Thought about the jumper, goes right against DeLuca. He's fouled.
But they got him on the pass. They say Mike Williams was passing the ball, which was good.
Monroe will inbounds. As you can see here on the replay, game getting tight. Both teams strengthening up their defense.
Yeah, that's the 4th team foul for the Millrats this quarter.
Monroe from Council back to Monroe. Down low to Carter, working against Ferguson. Carter trying to get it to go. Turnaround, that's no good. Ferguson with the rebound. Millrats back the other way, trailing by 2. Anderson working on Friel, off glass and in for 2.
Nice little jump stop by Anderson that time. Got Friel going backwards, left Anderson wide open for an easy 2.
Just under 4 minutes left to go here in the third. Council, corner deep for Friel. Was that a 3?
Yes, it was.
He's looking at the coach. The coach is looking at the ref. The ref is looking at Unbelievable. I thought he was passing it. Anderson,
Nice
shot
job.
doesn't go. They're going to call a charge.
Good job, Mike Williams. That's his second time. That's a good job.
Is there any way I could see that three from Friel again? I thought it was a pass. A timeout, 3:28 left to go here in the third quarter. Rochester up by 3 thanks to Keith Friel's off-balance three-pointer. 78-75 here on the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 3:28 left to go here in the third quarter. Rochester up by 3 thanks to Keith Friel's awkward, off-balance three-pointer that looked like a pass.
And even after the 3, Coach Baker was complaining to the officials that he was pushed. So they were trying to get the foul too, but you hit it on the nose. I didn't think it was that awkward. But when he's seen the replay, it was all kinds of
It was, I swear, I was like, hey, this is going to be a pretty good alley-oop. And I'm like, oh, it went in. What do you know? That kind of luck for the Razor Sharks, they kind of need it here. The Mill Rats, for as much struggles that they've gone through, still close in this game, only trailing by 3. And Mark Edgerton back in the game after suffering that knee injury. He seems to be ready to go and willing to give it a go. He goes one-on-one with Mike Williams. And no foul call. That's out of bounds, but it'll remain Rochester basketball.
Boy, you can see Edgerton there played great defense on that. What he did is when Mike Williams tried to bang him with his body, you could see Edgerton gave him a little space. And then when he went up, he had his hand on the ball.
Inbounds to Williams, over to Council. 6 on the shot clock. Carter will have to make a move on Ferguson. He does. Reverse layup, foul, but the shot doesn't go, and that'll put Jared Carter at the line. So Jeff Ferguson collects the foul. Jared Carter will head to the line.
Yeah, that'll be Ferguson's second. Millrat's starting to collect some fouls here. Anderson's got 3. Martin's got 3. They're both out there.
Also 15 foul for the Mill Rats as well, with 3:04 left to go here in the third. And you can almost feel it in the air. This crowd here at the Blue Cross Arena, 2,130 in attendance, just wants to erupt. But they can't because the Mill Rats won't go away.
Yeah, they're not getting a reason to erupt.
Anderson deep to Martin. Makes his move. Can't get it to go. Ferguson tips it out, but to Keith Friel. Friel now picked up by Anderson. Swings it around to Council. 2:40 left to go, third quarter. Council trying to get some space from Rice. Anderson right on Friel. 7 on the shot clock. Picked by Williams. Down low to him. Ferguson meets him too. Pull-up shot. That's no good. 24-second shot clock violation.
I don't like that when they do call a violation and the other team's got the ball and they're ready to go on the break. They still got to stop and take the ball out, but it's no advantage if you're playing defense that well.
Anthony Anderson over to Rice. Rice pull-up jumper. That's no good. Ferguson, there's a foul, and it'll go the other way. Ferguson pushed off.
again, they're over the 15 foul, so it'll put Jared Carter back on the line to shoot 2.
So Carter back, 2:10 left to go here in the third. 5-point lead for the Razor Sharks, 80-75. Ross Massey for the Mill Rats back to check in.
And he's going to probably come in for Ferguson because that's Ferguson's 3rd personal foul.
And that first free throw is no good by Carter. And right on cue, Ferguson does take a seat for DeMasi. Second free throw by Carter is good. So 1 of 2 for the big man.
He's 5 for 8, Jared Carter from the free throw line.
6-point lead for the Razor Sharks. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Martin, one-on-one against Monroe. Spins, hesitates, can't get it to go. Carter with the rebound. Back come the Razor Sharks council across midcourt. Carter, 12 on the shot clock. Monroe top of the key. Now Monroe versus Martin. That doesn't result in a bucket. Rebound, put back is good, and the foul.
Good job by Sammy Monroe. Once again, following his shot. Doesn't go in. He goes in, gets his rebound, goes up strong.
And so Sammy Monroe will head to the line to try to complete the 3-point play. 1:36 left to go, third quarter.
And if that was on DeMasi, that's his 4th personal foul.
They're going to need him down the stretch. And Sammy Monroe completes the 3-point play. So the Razor Sharks have pulled away yet again. Do the Mill Rats have a little bit left in that tank?
Every time I say they look like they're getting tired, they come back and they tie it up. So
9-point lead. Edgerson can't get that to go. DeMasi with the rebound. Rice thought about it. Now thinks about it again. Pulls it back out. Draws a double team and dribbles his way out of it. Gives it up to Edgerson. That's big from the outside. And a 9-point lead. Oh, no, you gave him only 2. Nope, they did give him the 3 on that one. Jumper. That's good. Sammy right back. And the Razor Sharks trying to play out these last few seconds here. Edgerson against Williams, swinging around Rice to Anderson. Back out to Rice. Rice thought about it, 10 on the shot clock. 30-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Rice can't get it to go in and out. The Massey putback is good.
DeMasi all over the place underneath the basket. How quick is Rice, though, getting that ball right to the hoop?
6-point lead for Rochester. They have possession, less than 30 seconds left to go here in the third. Williams to Walton. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Monroe against DeLuca. Monroe for 3. Bang!
Wow. Sammy Monroe getting himself open. Nice 3.
7 seconds. Edgerson, he'll stop, pop for 3. That's no good. And that's the way the third quarter will end. The Razor Sharks 8-point lead, 88-80. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter coming up next. You're watching the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, getting ready to start the fourth quarter. The Rochester Razor Sharks 8-point lead, 88-80 over the St. John Mill Rats. Reminder, folks, the Rochester Razor Sharks and the YMCA of Greater Rochester are teaming up to auction off past and present Razor Sharks players' jerseys. The money will benefit the 2011 Carson Center Metro Center YMCA Investing in Youth campaign. For more information, you can go to the website, razorsharks.com. So the Razor Sharks will start the fourth quarter with an 8-point lead, 88-80. And hopefully they can wrap up that third quarter the same way by starting with that same sort of intensity here in the fourth. Jumper, no good, rebounded by the Mill Rats.
Boy, Walton, when he takes his jump shot, he just looks like he gets up so high above everybody else.
Rice setting up that offense. Anderson, jumper is good. The Mill Rats sticking around.
Boy.
Sticking around. 6-point lead for Rochester just underway here in the fourth quarter. Tariq Spence, Ed Barron with you here in the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Razor Sharks need it. Walton loses his footing, but he's fouled.
And as he goes down, DeLuca's going to get charged with the foul, and that's his fourth personal foul.
See here off the rebound, DeLuca just shoving Walton as he was shuffling his feet and dribbling.
So you got DeMasi and DeLuca with 4 personal fouls now.
Monroe to inbounds finds Eric Walton. DeLuca on him. Trying to go baseline. DeLuca cuts him off. Now Walton will just work him towards the paint and make the shot.
He almost was going Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on everybody.
Clear out. I got him. Rice setting up that offense. Mill Rats just taking their time. DeLuca trying to find Anderson. Can't get it to him. Finally does with 5 on the shot clock. Deep in the corner, Edgerson. That's around the rim, around the world, and goes down.
And again, he's wide open in the corner.
Back to a 5-point lead for the Razor Sharks. Monroe slicing through the defense. The shot goes and the foul. Is this a recording?
Sammy Monroe in the air for such a long time. You can see him here take it in. He avoids 2 defenders, goes up off the glass. Basket's good, and he's on the line to shoot 1.
You cannot allow him to get any room to take a shot. If he's got any room after a foul in the air, he will take a shot and make it. So 7-point lead for the Razor Sharks. And a timeout for the Mill Rats to think about it.
Yeah, he called a 30-second timeout. He was in a conflict with the referee, Coach Jackson.
Well, during today's game, if you would like to interact with the action, you can do so on Twitter. Join Roch Razor Sharks on Twitter. And if you're not here at the game or watching it at home, you can tweet us a question. We'll tweet you back live during the game. That's how interactive the Razor Sharks are.
Just trying to get the right. I didn't know exactly what they were doing over there. And then finally, Coach Jackson did call a 30-second timeout, but the official was warning Coach Jackson about not coming out of the box. Coach Jackson getting a little animated on the sidelines.
And he's looking for supporters as he talks to the Razor Sharks fans about why he's so frustrated. And Terry Martin back in the game, and
he's so frustrated because, again, he's only got 7. Well, he's got Edgerson's back in there. He just hit a 3-pointer from the corner. So he's got 8 players. 2 of them have got 4 personal fouls.
Well, DeLuca will take a seat because he collected that foul, as you said before. That's why Martin's back in the game. And Monroe completes the 3-point play after all of that.
But even with that in mind, they're only down 8 points, and 8 points in this PBL is nothing.
Especially when you have 10 minutes, 10 seconds left to go here in the fourth. Rice, one-on-one against Walton. Back out. Anderson for three. That's no good. Rebounded by Williams. Rochester back the other way. Council to Monroe. Thought about getting it to McCoy in that corner. Monroe pulls it back. 15 on the shot clock. To McCoy. Williams. Out to Monroe. 7 on the shot clock. Sammy Monroe will do it all.
He call for the travel.
They're waving it off.
Oh.
And they will call.
No, they call foul.
There's two people. There's two people with two calls.
There's technical
and there
foul
goes the
finally.
and that's why Jackson lost it, because one ref called one thing and the other ref called another.
Well, here's the problem with that. That he traveled because he was fouled. So the foul will always overrule a travel call. And that's what the officials will discuss. The ball's on the sideline. Now they're going to have a technical foul on Coach Jackson. It'll be Sammy Monroe on the line to shoot 2, and then the Razor Sharks will get the ball back.
But Coach Jackson, you can understand why he was upset at that particular moment.
You got to hold on to you cannot get that upset.
Yeah. So Sammy Monroe makes the free throw off the Tech, and you can see on the replay the Tech here as Sammy just twists and turns.
But he traveled because he was fouled, and you can see he was held.
And one ref on the other side saw the foul, and the other ref on the other side saw the travel.
So the referees are coming down the court. I don't know how it's blue ball. Well, now they're giving it the blue ball.
And so now the coaches will have to confer, and the refs will explain why Mill Rats will have the basketball. So they'll figure it out.
Well, the official, Jim Salomon, is getting both officials in.
Oh, so they did call the travel, and then Jackson got upset, and then that's when the Tech came. So it was a travel.
Yeah, there's no foul call at all.
Yep. Wow. All right, everything sorted out. Rochester up by 9. Thank you for tuning in. 9:22 left to go.
So everything I said, forget about it.
Back to live action. Rice. Scoop shot. The shot goes, but no. It's a charge.
Mike Williams. That's the 3rd time he's taken a charge. And this time, this is when he was hit the hardest. Boy, he just steps right in front, gives up the body, and takes the charge.
So 9:10 left to go here in the game. Walton trying to get it to Monroe, gets it to Council. Council, Rice on him, back over to Monroe. 10 on the shot clock. Young on him defensively, crosses him over. Council, 3. That's no good. Rebounded Mike Williams. Puts it right back in, and they're going to get the charging foul. Williams with the elbow.
Yeah, they're going to say Mike Williams, after he got the rebound, he pulled the elbows up and went right into the chest of the defender. Got called for the offensive foul. You can see here, Mike Williams gets the rebound. He puts the elbow up right into the chest of Terry Martin.
Anderson gives it to Martin for 3. Nope, they call it a 2. Either way, it's no good.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's getting tired. I mean, that's just...
Monroe on the other end just turns and shoot, can't get it to go. Edgerton right by Council, gives it up last minute. Anderson with the scoop layup for 2.
Credit the Mill Rats. They had a 3-on-1 fast break that time. Took advantage of it right to the hoop.
7-point lead for Rochester. They have possession of the basketball. 8:14 left to go here in the 4th. McCoy, pull-up jumper. That's no good. Rebounded by Martin. Picked up by Rice. Rice by Council. And
they're going to get offensive foul.
And Rice did put up the arm and the elbow. He can't believe it.
Yeah, well, he did. You can see him come down here. He has that left arm right in the Council. The official was right on it. He blew the whistle. Then he decided he was going to call an offensive foul.
Just under 8 minutes left to go. Traveling violation on Monroe. And with all of that, we'll take a break. 7:55 left to go here in the 4th. Things getting a little messy, but the Razor Sharks with the lead. from the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, 7:55 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Rochester up by 7, but don't go anywhere, folks. You don't know what's going to happen because I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and like you said, as we were going to a timeout, it's getting real sloppy here. You don't expect that from the Razor Sharks because they've got fresh bodies on the court. The Mill Rats, on the other hand, they only have 7-8 players that they've been going to. But they're getting it done. I'll tell you what, they're only down 7. They got the ball here in plenty of time in this one.
Back here to live action. Anderson to Martin trying to go down low to P.J. Young. Young makes his move off glass and in for 2. P.J. Young.
P.J. Young, has he been here the whole game?
Yeah, he just showed up.
I'm thinking he might have.
Yeah. Just showed up, just got off the bus. Out to Todd Martin, or Ty McCoy. Edgerson. McCoy puts it up and gets it to go. Wow.
He's looking for a foul.
Edgerson was all over him. You couldn't play better defense.
Hey, let me tell you what. They got 9 players now. I had to bet you P.J. Young just got here. I'm serious. Wow.
Just getting off the 8:15.
Oh, just
from
way
St.
too easy.
John. And Terry Martin with an easy lay-in. Rochester not getting tough on defense. Shot for shot. It's good when you had a 5-point lead. Council, top of the key. 9 on the shot clock. Monroe against Young, and he got hung up as he was going behind the back.
Yeah, the official calls a carry, which is a travel.
Yeah, Monroe was just about to make his move on P.J. Young and got hung up and couldn't get around himself.
That's what'll happen if I put the ball behind my back. It gets caught up in the rump
somewhere back there. 5-point lead for the Razor Sharks, but Mill Rats with possession. Anderson over to Rice, down low to P.J. Young. And Young makes his move on Williams. Cut off there. Monroe with the rebound. Sammy Monroe will have to bring it across midcourt. Gets it down low to Eric Walton. Walton against Edgerson. Walton off glass, can't get it to go. Williams stolen away by Young. Picked up by Martin. Martin against Council. Out to Edgerson, thought about a 3. Swings it around Rice, over to Martin for 3. That's no good. Rebound, Rochester. Razor Sharks back the other way. McCoy will set up the offense. Down low to Eric Walton. He draws Anderson, which is a big mismatch. Off glass and in for 2.
Eric was begging for the ball that time.
Caught on a switch, did Anderson. Not going to stop that guy. Rice with it. Top of the key, dribbling it out. 12 on the shot clock, takes the 3. That's no good. Shots not falling for the Mill Rats. 7 points down for them. Rochester working it down low. Walton puts it up, blocked, tipped, stolen away, and Eric Walton, that's a hard foul.
Yeah, it is.
That's a hard foul.
Eric was simply going for the ball, though. If you watch the replay, he was trying to go for the ball. He was frustrated that no foul was called when he went up. Then he tried to tap it back up. Then he tried to go for the ball, and he hit Dwayne Rice right in the head. You can see here. Oh, Yeah, that could have went either way.
5:03 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 7-point lead for the Razor Sharks. Edgerson dribbles away from it. Williams on him defensively, loses it. Council back the other way. It's off to the races. Councils to McCoy. Scoop layup in for two. As McCoy hits the deck, gets right back up and back on defense. Anderson free for Jerome. Williams swings it around. They give it to Edgerson. Jumper, that's no good. And the shots are getting shorter and shorter for the Millrats.
Yeah, just tired legs.
DeLuca for three. That's good. Steve DeLuca right back.
As soon as I said tired legs, you knew something was going to happen here.
Is Ed Barron a jinx?
Yeah.
I tell you.
Wow.
4:16 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Rochester up by 6. The Millrats stick around. Steve DeLuca's big three pulls them just a little bit closer. You're watching the Rochester Razor Sharks Broadcast Network. Back here live at the Blue Cross Arena, Rochester Razor Sharks up by 6 against the St. John Mill Rats. 4:16 left to go. Check out 5 years of Razor Sharks, a photographic journey on Friday, March 11th, as our team photo photographer, Brad Thuroff, will be holding slideshows, presenting a lecture at the Dryden Theater, the International Museum of Photography and Film, the George Eastman House. There'll be a question and answer following, and a film. Coach Carter. For more information, go to geh.org.
Speaking of Coach Carter, Jared Carter with the 2-point bucket that time.
Anderson. Edgerton over to DeLuca. Hit a big three moments ago. Young to DeLuca. DeLuca out to Edgerson. Thought about it. Knocked away. Picked up out of bounds. Rochester basketball.
That time, Edgerson again, he's exhausted out there. Lost the ball again.
3:24 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Rochester, 8-point lead. Council dribbling around, top of the key. Knocked away, but picked up. McCoy, 7 on the shot clock, puts up a wild shot. That's no good. Rice back the other way. Tries to go coast to coast and gets it to go. They never stop ball, Ed.
The Rice, 5'9", goes right at the 7'2".
Freddie Dorr can't get that to go. Foul on Young. Williams.
That's another one of them questionable fouls where P.J. Young took a full swing and could have went either way. Just get called for the foul. Put Williams on the line to shoot two.
Williams will head to the line. We said earlier, you can log on to RazorSharks.com. Nice article by Bill Pucko on Mike Williams. You can learn a lot from RazorSharks.com about the players. Not just good players, but good character guys here for the Razor Sharks. Second free throw by Williams is good. So, back to a 7-point lead for the Razor Sharks. Anderson deep in the corner, Rice. Rice cut off there. Jerice Crouch back in the game for Melvin Council. Rice is able to weave it through.
Again, Rice, 5'9", goes up over 7'2", Jared Carter.
And able to get by Jerice Crouch, which is not an easy thing to do. Carter, right side, 2:20 left to go. Back to Crouch, top of the key, swings it around McCoy. McCoy out to Dewar for three. That's no good. Out of bounds. Rice saves it to Young.
Wow.
What a great play.
Sure was.
By DeJuan Rice, deep in the corner. DeLuca thought about a three. Edgerton knocked away but gets it back, swinging it around. Rice, jumper, off the side of the rim. That's no good.
Yeah, he knew it too. When he shot that, that's not his shot. He's much more comfortable taking the ball right to the hoop.
5-point lead for the Razor Sharks. 1:35 left to go in the game. And tight one here at the Blue Cross Arena. Freddie Durr gets the Luka up in the air but can't get the shot to go.
Yeah, neither side. Nobody can score here.
Anderson for three. That's big.
Wow.
Anthony Anderson. And a 3-point lead. They only gave him a two.
Yeah.
And he is upset.
But the referee was right on it, said it was a 2-point shot.
So now just a 3-point lead for the Razor Sharks. Crouch, 1 minute left to go. Top of the key, they're going to get Young. And Young says...
And that's only the 4th team foul for the Mill Rats.
How could you call that a foul?
Yeah.
Young not happy there, but less than a minute to go, 59.6.
Next foul will be the 5th team foul, and to put the Razor Sharks on the line. Razor Sharks only have 1 team foul.
But a 3-point lead. Inbounds to McCoy from Durr. Back to Crouch. They want to milk as much as they can, trying to get it down low to Jared Carter. Carter working hard against Edgerton. Pull-up jumper by Jerice Crouch is big.
Wow, that is a big shot, Jerice.
Back, Rice, other end, can't get it to go. DeLuca with the rebound. Out to Young. Swings it around. DeLuca free for three. That's big. 2-point lead for the Razor Sharks.
They say it was a 2-pointer again.
Wow.
A 3-pointer.
Wow. And Jackson, no argument. Doesn't want to argue. And DeLuca's foot on the line. Boy, a lot of threes.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Foot was there right there.
Yeah.
Foot was right there.
And then on the way down, Dwayne Rice fouled Jerice Crouch right after the ball went through. The Razor Sharks were trying to get the ball down the court.
So Jerice at the free throw line. 3-point lead for Rochester. That's good. Now 4-point lead. And
that was big because it makes it a two possession game.
And Jerice here.
And if you're the Razor Sharks, you got to remember you only have 1 team foul. You can foul here.
5-point lead for the Razor Sharks. St. John's. Anderson out to DeLuca for three. That one is a 3-pointer.
Wow.
No foot on the line there. 2-point lead for Rochester. Crouch pushing it up, foul.
Wow.
And wow.
DeLuca just red hot from the outside.
I would cover 33.
Yeah. He's got 19 points in this game. 3 players for the Mill Rats have 19 points. Edgerton, Anderson, and DeLuca. Jerice Crouch on the line to shoot 2.
First free throw is no good. Don't go anywhere, folks. 17.8 left to go. 2-point lead for the Razor Sharks.
So no matter what, it's a 1-possession game.
Jerice knows he's got to get this one. And he does. 3-point lead for the Razor Sharks. Timeout, Mill Rats. 7:18 left to go. 17.8 left to go. And the Razor Sharks right now find themselves where they've been basically this entire game.
It's really been amazing how much in the game these Mill Rats have been. They're shooting 47% from the field, better than the Razor Sharks, who are shooting 45%. But you understand, the Razor Sharks only have one team foul. What that means is you can disturb them and foul them from the outside, and no, they won't be on the foul line until you give up 4 fouls. So you can do that 3 times. As long as they don't throw it up toward the basket where they have 3, free throws, you're okay.
So the Razor Sharks, who need this win in the worst way, this puts them 1 game out of being at 500. It also puts them right there even with the Mill Rats for that final playoff spot for the Premier Basketball League. A couple of games here in the Rochester area for the Razor Sharks before they head on for a long road trip.
Yeah, and you know what? And this is an opportunity for the Mill Rats to flex their muscles and really, take control of that 4th place spot on, for the PBL, and they're having trouble doing so. But you got to give them all the credit in the world. They're doing it with a limited team.
And the Mill Rats will send out a couple of guys that can make some threes. DeLuca back out there, as is Ederson, Rice, Anderson. And he'll get it first. 16 seconds left to go. DeLuca. And they wanted Anderson to have it. DeLuca still makes the 3, even though the whistle had blown long before he took the shot. So, as you said, Ed, they went out, committed the foul that burned off 3 seconds off the game clock.
They can do that 2 more times without being in any penalty.
Ederson to inbounds. Rochester leading by 3. Mill Rats with the basketball. Knocked away by Crouch. Picked up by Crouch. They got to foul him. And they do. Big steal by Jerice Crouch.
And that's what the benefit is of fouling and making them taking the ball out of bounds again. It's not easy to get the ball in bounds.
And Jerice Crouch just weaved his way right by Anthony Anderson. And Jerice has a chance to ice him here.
Coach Baker come running over to the scorer's table, begging for that clock to run.
Crouch free throw. 4-point lead for Rochester. Second free throw is good. Now a 5-point lead for the Razor Sharks. 10 seconds. Rice will stop, pop for 3. That doesn't go. DeLuca back out. Ederson. He takes the 3. That's good. That's at the end of the game. And that 3 will count. But the Razor Sharks will get the win. 110 to 108. Big win for the Razor Sharks, who improved to 6-7 on the year. And the Mill Rats will fall to 6-6 on the year. Ed Barron will be able to get a Razor Shark player as usual coming up in a matter of moments. And we'll get Jerice Crouch. So here's Ed Barron with Jerice Crouch.
Jerice, how big of a game was that, huh?
Oh, man, it's a huge game for us. I mean, trying to get in the playoffs, and they're right in front of us, right ahead of us. So, every win counts for us right now. During the timeout, did Coach Baker mention to you guys that you had fouls to give and then make them take the ball out? Yeah, he said, if it gets under 5 seconds, take a foul, so you don't give up anything. And, with DeLucia hitting a lot of threes, we didn't want to give up a 3. Were you just waiting for them to throw the ball in and get to steal it like that? Yeah, they was like a daisical all game with it, and I knew I was going to have a chance one way or the other, and the opportunity presented itself, and I took advantage of it. Well, you got to give the Mill Rats all the credits in the world. I mean, they stood in this game with a limited team. They were right in it right to the end. Yeah, man, they're a great team, Anytime you got Allen Anderson, Rice, Ferguson out there, I mean, you got a great team out there with those guys at the perimeter. Well, congratulations. Go enjoy that one until Saturday. Yep, thank you. Welcome. That's Jerice Crouch with the big steal at the end of the game. Back to you, Tariq.
Rochester Razor Sharks improved to 6-7 on the year. Millwrights called to 6-6. Only a half game separates these two teams. One team can get into the playoffs. The other will be left out. As the Razor Sharks win, a reminder to folks, Sunday, the Lawton Fort Sill Cavalry return to the Blue Cross Arena. Come on out, 2:05 tip-off. It should be fun, Ed.
Yeah, sounds like the Lawton Fort Sill Cavalry are going to come in on their horses. That's one that you got to get, and this, I'm sure this